Hello, everybody.
Hello. Yeah, thank you.
Mayor Durkan, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much for your openness and your generosity of time and service joining us all today. Mayor Durkan, it's a joy and an honor to be with you.
It is just it's really joyful for me to be here as well. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, look, hi, Mayor.
Hello, Reverend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I thank you so much for saying yes. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to welcome you here for this event, Mayor Durkan, and for you to experience the Virtuous Pick with sharing the love with all these young people. I think it would be one of the hallmark. I think this is going to be one of the highlights of your time being mayor, is being here with these young people today. Thank you so much for saying yes.
Oh, thank you, Harriet, so much for your enthusiastic service, welcoming the mayor, and really for your idealism making this happen, Harriet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, Reverend Walden, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's all good.
Hurt you.
It's all good.
Mayor Durkan, this is a special day today. My wife and I are with Virtues Matter. We have 3 other Virtues facilitators on the call as well. And we have the team from DECA in Washington State, who today, as a group, we are launching a new initiative called Share the Love DECA. And I want to give a shout out to, we have some special folks here on the call who, to Claire, Akshaya, and I think those are the 2 who are, and Suhani, yes, who are the 3 new area presidents for the incoming class for DECA today. And they just started this week. So this is one of their first activities to actually participate here. So they are excited to be here, and they're so grateful for your service in joining us as well.
I will just say it is such an honor and privilege to be here, and for the young people who are here, how lucky you are and we are to be able to have this time in this space. And to be with someone like Reverend Walden, who has just so many decades of service to our community and caring and thoughtfulness and compassion, but also demands for action. So I just look forward to this time. I think it's hard in these days, and with the way we live our lives now, to carve out space to be really thoughtful and be thinking about the things that matter in each other and how we connect. So I couldn't be more honored to be here.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. And I also want to honor the other folk we have on here. So Jacques Scher was part of the president team last year, who is now an intern working with us, who's been instrumental in launching this. And Nicole Cowan, DeAndre Vasquez, and Lori Hairston, who is the executive director of DECA. And we've been working together for about 6 months right now. We actually did a keynote to launch Share the Love back at their conference, which was in November, which unfortunately was virtual at the time. And we all came together to launch this initiative called Share the Love DECA. And love is an acronym for Language of Virtues Everywhere, Everyone, Every Day. And the whole idea behind it is to appreciate others, to uplift them by acknowledging people for the good that you see in them, and actually even acknowledging yourself for the good that you see in them as well. So, and our focus today and the launch is really going to be about elevating mental health and well-being and awareness as well. So I don't know if you'd like to say any words to the students, otherwise we can jump right in and do what we call a virtues pick.
Yeah, no, I'd like to give the space to them, because this is really a time for me to be uplifted by them. And for all the students, each one of you, if we were in a real room together, we could look at each other, and days before COVID, we could, have more proximity. But this kind of sharing of the love for each other and in each other and in ourselves is just so important. And it's something I think we've lost in our society. And I think last year showed how important the connections between each other as humans, and to value each other and to respect those qualities in everyone, and to find that common humanity. So I'm just really looking forward today and appreciate you letting me share your space.
Thank you.
Thank you for your humble service, Mayor Durkan. And I just want everybody to notice, how are you feeling in your hearts right now? There have been a lot of virtues that people have already acknowledged each other for. And I don't know, we're in the other Washington, all the way on the other side of our country. And the connection, do you all feel the connection right now by focusing on the good in all of us, right? The things that bind us, our common humanity. And that's what those virtues are. They're in all of us. And so we just like to offer a virtues pick right now. I know many of you have already done this. For those of you who have not, we'll choose a virtues card. We'll invite somebody to read it out loud. And then we'll just take a moment to reflect on how it makes us think and feel. And for those people who wish to share, just please go ahead and share whatever on your mind and heart. It won't be the opportunity for discussion, meaning there won't be crosstalk. We'll just create and save that space for others to share and to be seen, heard, valued, and then honored with a virtues acknowledgement. So before the next person jumps in to share, we'll just ask that you offer an acknowledgement to the person who shared before you, and we'll model it once we do that. Okay, any questions? All right, so baby, would you please share?
Yes. Would someone like to read the resilience cards from the DECA deck that the students designed? Maybe one of the new students.
I'd love to.
Thank you for your helpful service.
Definitely. So resilience is the strength to recover from adversity. When we experience disappointment, loss, or tragedy, we use it as a point of development. And the back says, the practice of resilience can be shown by adapting and changing. I know that I can overcome all struggles. I have the flexibility to bounce back. I live life fully. And the quote is, tough times never last, but tough people do, by Robert H. Schuller.
Yeah, thank you for your helpful service. Did you want to share how resilience resonates with you since you just read the card?
Sure. I think resilience has never been more important or prominent than it has been now, as everyone has said, because there's so many daily changes that you kind of have to take it day by day and see what comes at you and then overcome it. And I know like everyone here has obviously displayed that in their day-to-day life, whether that be just to get up in the morning and do what you must, or take the extra step and connect with people. So I think resilience is one of the most important virtues that you can have.
Absolutely. Thank you for your wisdom, sharing your insight. Absolutely. Sometimes it could even be just the courage to do those small things like getting up and turning on your video camera. So thank you for your helpfulness sharing that. Who else would like to share?
Just want to give a big shout out, not only to all of the students in the state of Washington, but also the teachers who have daily demonstrated resilience with the difficult educational environment and continue to take advantage of the opportunities that not only organizations like Washington DECA provided, but many other organizations. And they have learned lifelong lessons about challenge and about resilience that will really add to their character and help them to be successful in the future.
Lori, thank you so much, first of all, for your openness sharing and really your generosity of service in supporting these young people.
I'll jump in next. So Dara just said the word courage, and I feel like resilience right now is courage. Like it takes so little energy to just do the bare minimum, and it takes a lot of resilience to do above and beyond, which is what the students here are doing today, as well as the teachers and adults, like Ms. Harrison said. And so I think resilience and courage are really holding hands along this journey during COVID. And I think that together they are creating the leaders of the future.
Thank you for your thoughtfulness sharing that, Zach. And I hear your humility because you are a leader of the future and you are helping to co-create that as well. In fact, all of you young leaders and us older leaders as well.
I'd like to acknowledge them for their determination, because courage and determination are wedded together in order to move forward, to be resilient. And so I'd like to honor you for your determination also.
Absolutely. Thank you for your thoughtfulness sharing that. All right. Did you want to share anything on resilience by any chance?
Oh, did you call me?
I did, only if you want to.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, well, I have a lifetime of being resilient. I mean, just where I come from and what all the decades that I've lived through. And so that's why I thought that the resilience, determination and courage are wedded, and it's so needed now. And actually, I think a lot of us are standing on the resilience of our ancestors or our parents or the people who taught us how to be strong, and to be strong, but also not trample on the weak. I mean, I think that being strong has to be wedded with humility and kindness and compassion, so that one does not trample on the ones who are weaker or who appear to be able not to make it at this time. And so we have all these issues with us right now. They're all up for us right now. This is such an auspicious time for you to have this deck to come out with this, because it is up for us now. What's up for now is courage and how to move through and how to create a new path for the world can be healed. And so I'm honored to be here. And so it's all resilient. Is that glue? It's that stick glue. You know, you got to have the stick glue so the sparkles will stay on the poster that you're making. So that's what it is. Stick glue.
Absolutely. Wow. So I hear your gratitude for the ancestors whose shoulders you and all of us stand on. And now I know the secret to your steadfastness and your strength. It is your enthusiasm. It is that God within, that enthusiastic, joyful service that you bring to total transformation. So much love and blessings to you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Turning the talking piece over to you, Mayor Durkan, if you're ready for it.
Yes, I mean, I just want to acknowledge the people who've gone before me on this, because I'm here myself just getting inspired by it, and the courage. And I think a thing about resilience that each of the young people here have to realize is that they are here today proves they are resilient. It proves that they have courage and compassion. Because a lot of us measure this as one of the most difficult years for people, and it was in so many ways. I know everybody suffered this last year, but here we are having got through that year with hope on the horizon. And sometimes our focus is on the ways things didn't measure up or how hard they are. I want everybody on this call just to take a moment to think and for themselves and realize they've proven courage and resilience just by making it through and be willing to have this kind of conversation and be hopeful about the future. Because that's what resilience really is about, is not just getting through those tough times, but to get through it as a wiser, better, more compassionate person, and to help others who maybe haven't made it through. So I just really want to acknowledge all the young people. I know it still hurts. I know it's still hard. I know each of you still is feeling daunted by what's ahead. But the fact that you can be here today talking about this shows already your courage and your wisdom.
Thoughtful and inspiring words, and your courage, Mayor Durkan, and generosity of service during these times, leading during these times.
And I'd like to actually acknowledge you as well, Mayor Durkan, for your caring for so many others as well. You really have put so many people first in sharing and really promoting their well-being, you know, whether it's students or others in the community. And that really is what good leadership is all about. So thank you for your excellent leadership and what you've done.
Absolutely. And I think we have some time, and I'm wondering perhaps if we want to share strategies for how we are able to call on resilience or strength, and even some stories of resilience over this past year or a lifetime. Reverend Malden, did you want to share? Did you want to start?
Well, thank you. I mean, this has been a tough year for everyone, and myself included. I mean, but seeing a lot of communities of African-American communities, and just a high death rate of people who are passing on, and the sadness, and a lot of people not able to grieve right now because of they're not able to share. I mean, one thing about when somebody passes on, I mean, you get together, you get to bring food, you get to hear the stories, you go to the repast, you go to all these things that you keep the individual alive, and then the love continues to flow. And so in these times, we have not been able to do that. And so it is called for another strength, another type of resilience. And so for me, I continue to reach out to people. I mean, I have a list that I call for people. I do that. I just call and check on people. And I'm calling them, but I'm helping myself also, because I'm connecting. And for me, texting is fine, but for Mother's Day, I call people. I really want to hear their voice because I want to know how they're doing. And what keeps me with my joy is I could ride in my car. You know, I have grown kids who want me to like be locked up, but whatever. But I get in my car and the daffodils wave at me because it's springtime. And that's my favorite plant because it means I've made it through winter. It's a sign that I've made it through winter, and it's a sign of eternity. So I mean, and so that's how I keep myself, and that's how I practice resilient and keep my mental health. As long as I can go in my car, I'm fine. They didn't take the keys yet, so it's like I'm good, and that's how I practice my resilience. That's how I get through. And I like to talk a lot, and I got some teddy bears, so I talk to my teddy bears too. But they didn't answer back now, because if so, I'd have to tell you. I laugh a lot. I make jokes every day to myself. I like to make jokes. I mean, they keep me going. It's like, you know, I just make a joke about ketchup or anything, you know, anything.
I love your joyfulness.
Yeah, such a joyful
Right.
spirit. Thank you for sharing, sprinkling your joy and dopamine to all of
Yes.
us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're
So,
welcome.
if our students have any strategies like this year, what helped you to be resilient, or, you know, how did you live your resilience?
Hi there. My name is Suhani, and I'm the 2021-2022 Washington DECA State President. And in order for me to be resilient this year, I really relied on my teachers. I feel like they give me a lot of inspiration because, you know, we're going through the same things that they are, but every meeting, every call, they still show up with a smile on their face. And they're always trying to make us do our best, even during these hard times. And I just really look to them, and I'm inspired by them. And that's what gives me resilience during these times.
Thank you, Suhani, for your thoughtfulness sharing that. And I imagine your smiles back gives them strength and resilience to keep going. You're why we do what we do. Betsy,
Could I acknowledge Suhani?
please.
I can't see you, Suhani, now, but I really want to acknowledge you for your gratitude. I really hear your gratitude and your sense of hopefulness in appreciating your teachers so much. I'm sure that you are a joy for them to have in their classes. Thank you.
Thank you, Betsy, for your thoughtful acknowledgement.
Any other students or maybe even former students want to share some of their thoughts on resilience and what they have used to get through this past year? Or?
I can share.
Yeah.
I would say my family was my biggest support during these times. Obviously, many of us were locked in our houses for many months with just our family. So having their love and their support to feed off of was super important. And I don't think I would have been able to do it without them and without our movie nights or our family hikes. So really their help was a big contributor to my resilience.
Beautiful. Yeah, I hear your gratitude for your family, and I'm wondering if they know how grateful you are, because you could share the love with them, the language of virtues every day, everywhere, everyone, including the people in your own home. You know, you send them a little virtue and then type it up, stick it on Facebook, tell the world how much you love and appreciate them. That's how my kids get away with not having to buy Mother's Day cards. They make me a little Facebook, I love you, Mom, and check the box. I'm grateful. I am grateful, kids.
I want to go back to what Harriet said real quick. She said that she makes jokes to herself, and that's something that's really helped me stay resilient as well. I like to have fun, and when things are so sort of dim right now, it's fun to like make jokes to yourself. And I make jokes to my dog in particular. She doesn't laugh, but I laugh, and so that's really what matters. And so I really like what she said about just making jokes to her teddy bears, because I definitely resonated with me as a way to stay resilient during these times.
Beautiful. I hear your appreciation. And Zach, thank you for always elevating things with a little bit of humor. And I can relate, just sharing jokes and laughing at your own jokes. I encourage you to do that and detach from whether other people think it's funny or not. Kathy.
I would like to acknowledge Zach for his humility, because that's where that ability to have our sense of humor comes from, not taking ourselves quite so seriously. And for all of you students and the young people of my own kids and that I get the privilege of being connected to, your ability to find hopefulness and faith in something, and the wisdom of your community and your elders, your family, is inspiring. And to see you all come through this with a tool that you've created for one another, I'm just really inspired by that. And I thank you for bringing that to the world. So thank you.
One thought I have, which is also kind of a strategy as well, is part of being resilient is, as mentioned, is not taking yourself too seriously, but it's also looking at every time you do make a mistake, you look at it as a learning lesson, as an opportunity to do it differently going forward instead of beating yourself up. And this year we've all been tested in a variety of different ways, and it would be easy to kind of look at yourself saying, I didn't do this, or I couldn't do that, or something else. I mean, I put the wrong card up in here, and those things happen. Those are things that you learn and you do, and you move past it. So, as you go forward, embrace the mistakes and kind of look at it. It's like, what was the teachable moment? What could I have learned, and what could I have done differently? And use that as an opportunity to self-improvement instead of beating yourself up, because the voices we have in our head sometimes can be really challenging. So look at it as, treating yourself with kindness as a big part of resilience going forward.
Absolutely. So I hear your gentleness, baby, and really, I just appreciate you uplifting the teachable moment. We all make mistakes. That's how we grow. And there's gifts in that. And so I think I'd like to just talk about the importance of mindfulness and breath. Right now, I think one of the things that has helped me with my resilience, I'm feeling a little bit of the weight of compassion fatigue and vicarious trauma, really committed to uplifting souls, as I imagine everybody else on this call is. And so I found it a little bit hard to concentrate sometimes and bring my best work to the work, right? And so just one nice deep breath, and I invite you all to do this, in through your nose, hold it, and then exhale through your mouth, letting the exhale be longer than the inhale. So just try it. Inhale through your nose and hold. And then exhale longer than your inhale. And that helps us to relax. It also helps us to get the oxygen to our prefrontal cortex so that we can access our best thinking. And it's really important for us to do that, because if we think about the word inspiration, right? And so you all are so inspiring to all of us. We just want to remind you to be gentle and take those nice deep breaths so that you can be mindful to be fully present and focusing on your strengths and things that you're grateful for.
Beautiful. So we're starting to come near the end of our time. Mayor Durkan, would you have any parting words on resilience, or something to share to the incoming students, the outgoing students, the people who are well past being students, and how, what the future might look like as well?
I just want to express my gratitude for all I've heard, and special gratitude to Reverend Walden for first inviting me into this circle. But to the young people, you really are the future. And you hear that all the time, and it feels trite sometimes. Other times it feels like too much of a burden. And other times it just feels ridiculous. But you are. And each day that you are able to move through the world and give yourself kindness and love, and give it to and extend it to others, that's truly going to make a better future. And I think that we've lost our ways a little bit in seeing in each other the common humanity first. We always see the failures and the mistakes and how people should have done this better or that better. And to err is human, but really if we could focus on first, what are those things that we appreciate in each other and the struggles they've had and what they have overcome or what they need to overcome. And I think each of you being able to be in this kind of, to do a virtue pick and make yourself vulnerable, because it's scary to do it, is you should just commend yourself. Again, I think it shows your courage. I think it shows your resiliency, but I, like Reverend Walden, it's hope. And that gives me hope for the future. So my gratitude to you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
I really would love to acknowledge the DECA team for this incredible set of cards.
Yes,
They are
they're
so
beautiful.
beautiful. They're so beautifully designed. They are going to make a difference all over the world. And what a beautiful gift that you are giving other young people and older people, because these cards are just exquisite. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you for elevating that, Betsy, because that was really a team effort amongst a number of people. I have quite a few who are on this call right now, so thank you for that. And Lori, I think you might want to share some.
Sorry about that. I so appreciate everyone's time today. And as a result, it really is the team, the state officer team, and the rest of the staff team that made this happen. And just a huge support of the Virtues Project. And I really, it's so instrumental in where we've been and where we're going, and in providing, the next steps, some curriculum modules to help teachers, share the virtues with students in the classroom, and, just to continue to positively reinforce and help build resilience for, other situations that will come to pass as students are going through this thing we call life. So thank you everybody for your time today. And it's a great day to launch this project. And thank you, Mayor Durkan, for joining us.
Mhm. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Lori, for your commitment being here from on the road. And all of you for your idealism and making today happen. So much love and gratitude to everybody.
And just closing this out, as we launch today, sometimes launches are interesting because all the work that goes into a launch feels like you've kind of hit the finish line, but in many ways, we're just hitting the starting line. And, the DECA team right now is celebrating their 75-year anniversary. And because of that, we set the goal as 75,000 downloads of the DECA cards by the end of the year. It's a partnership between Virtues Matter and DECA, and we are committed to hitting that target. So bless Nicole and DeAndre and Zach, who have been working on the new website, which we're launching, and we're doing an Instagram live this evening. So this is really the beginning of some exciting times, and really the whole DECA team is, for us, a joy. What a wonderful partnership, and we're excited and blessed to be part of this community.
All right, so much love and gratitude. Thank you everybody for your generosity, time, and service, and being here. And virtues really do matter now more than ever. Be
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right, take care.
Thank you
Thank you.
today.
Dedication to virtue.
Absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mhm.